Hi everyone, Cree here, and this video is going to be the Crystals and Stones 101 lecture video. I do apologize, I still have my cold, so my voice might be a little raspy, and also it's a little stuffy in my room, so I have my window open. So if you hear the train go by, it's because I live right next to a busy train station in Japan, so that's what that noise is in the background if you hear it. But anyways, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be trying to fit everything into one video, but it might end up being a two-part video because there's a lot of stones to talk about. I'm not going to be able to get to every single stone and crystal out there. If I don't mention a stone that you have interest in or you want to know a little bit more about, just send me a message and I'll be sure to, message you back and tell you a little bit more about that gemstone or crystal. So I'm going to be giving you the name of the stone. I'm going to be showing you what it looks like. I'm going to tell you a little bit about different colors that the stone has. I'm also going to tell you exactly what energy is in the stone and what it represents. And they'll all be in alphabetical order, and if you look down at the bottom of your screen, it will actually show you the name and how to spell that particular stone. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And the first stone that I'm going to talk about is agate. And agate is actually the oldest known stone in recorded history. So I thought that was pretty cool. But agate comes in many different forms, or rather colors. For example, this is a big one, but this one is purple and blue. And agate represents protection and healing, strength and courage. Those are the energies. And it protects against bad dreams, helps with stress, and helps with energy drains. So if you feel as if your energy is kind of just depleting from you, put some agate in your pocket and that will help you with any energy drains. But that is agate. The next stone I want to talk about is called Amazonite. It looks like this, and this is actually, you can use this with your throat chakra, and it is for health and luck. And as you can see, the color is kind of a semi-opaque blue-green color. That's a big chunk of the tumbled. And here's a smaller one. And this stone is actually good for balancing feminine and masculine energy. So it's also a great stone if you want to get like a present for your boyfriend or your husband. They do make really nice masculine jewelry that has Amazonite in it. And it's a really good energy balancer for that masculine energy. The next stone I'm going to talk about is amethyst. And amethyst usually comes in different shades of purple, anywhere from violet or lilac to light to dark purple. So I don't know if you can really see the purple tint on this one. But amethyst is great for energies that give off for psychic abilities, spiritual connections, power, protection, healing. And it's used with your crown chakra. It's a darker piece. It looks kind of black, but it's just very deep purple. Amethyst also helps with overcoming fears and cravings, and it's a great stone for healers. The only thing I want to caution people about with amethyst is if you're too sensitive or you have very, very empathic psychic ability, amethyst being very close to you, either under your pillow or next to you at your nightstand, it might actually cause headaches. Believe it or not, amethyst is actually used to relieve headaches, but for somebody who is very, very psychically aware and attuned, it could actually be like almost like an overload. So you might have to keep amethyst a little bit further away from you if you plan on, like, sleeping in the same area as amethyst. But those were tumbled pieces. I also have a raw piece. This is what the raw chunk of amethyst looks like. Here's a bigger piece. And again, like I said, it comes in like deep purples and then light purples, and then if you look actually all along the sides, it's kind of white. but that's what a raw piece of amethyst looks like. Amethyst is also good for insomnia. So if you're having trouble sleeping, and like I said, you're not very psychically attuned, if you put amethyst underneath your pillow or next to you on your nightstand, it could help you to sleep. It'll be different for every person though, so these are just general things that I'm talking about. So every stone will work differently for every different person. The next stone I want to talk about is one of my favorites. It's called Angel Aura. And it goes right by on its name. This is what it looks like. Angel Aura is for power and love, healing, and it's the angel stone. It helps with angelic communication, so getting in touch with your angels. There's another piece. These are both raw pieces. And as you can see, it's clear, but it has like a shimmer of a rainbow. And then I have just a pendant with it, so you can really see just the different rainbow-like colors. But it's very good for it's very good for angel communication, as well as angel or angelic guidance. And it's a great uplifting stone, and it's really good for purification as well. And they do have tumbled pieces of Angel Aura, but I happen to like the raw more than the tumbled. It just has more of a shine and a sparkle. So I don't usually put these in my pillow or under my pillow for, well, reasons that you can see. They have sharp points and I don't want them to break. And Angel Aura is very fragile, so just be very careful when dealing with Angel Aura. The next thing I want to talk about is Aqua Aura, which I have two formats here. This is what it looks like. And this is a great stone for healing and protection, power and love. And you can use this around your throat and your base chakra. And as you can see, it's a vivid blue with, little shimmers, vivid blue and metallic blue. This actually is a very soft stone, so be careful. This used to be a point, somewhat like that, but it broke off. So you do have to be very careful because it is a very soft stone. And this is another type of Aqua Aura. It's just a pendant. So, a little bit different. This one has more clusters and shimmers, and this one's more shaven down and smooth. But Aqua Aura is a very good meditation stone. So, I like to use this, and you can buy this in, again, a tumbled form. And it's a very vivid blue. And, excuse me, it's good for meditations, sending energy and healing and telepathy. The next stone I want to talk about is aquamarine. And aquamarine is for magic and power, protection and healing. This is also known as the hope stone. So if you have any hopes and desires or wishes, put this in your pocket, put this under your pillow or in your pillowcase, and just wish for the best, and a great outcome will come. And as you can see, it comes in like a green color, like a blue-green or seafoam green. And this is another good stone for very deep meditation. It calms your nerves and tension. Carry around it if you're going to be around anybody who is very judgmental. So if you get to know someone who's very judgmental but you still like them, just keep this in your pocket, and it will help you have more compassion, or more resistance, I should say, towards the people who are a little bit judgmental but you still like. After taking a drink, sorry, I didn't realize my voice was going to get this raspy. The next stone I want to talk about is black tourmaline, and it is for support. This repels negative energy, protection, luck, and healing. And as you can see, it's black. Here's another piece. And it has a little bit of shade. I don't know, it's black, but it's got some brown in it as well. So I would say these are any shades from very dark black to black and brown. but these are some of the pieces. This one actually has a little bit of white, or I don't know. You can probably see it up at the corner right over here, but they're not exactly jet black. They do have a little bit of different colors in them, but for the most part, they are black. And you use these with your base chakra. Black tourmaline is very, very good for paranormal investigators. To have this into your pocket, and this protects you from any negative energy or negative entities. So this is definitely a ghost hunter's must stone for protection. And if you rub black tourmaline, you know, you rub it for luck and happiness, and when you rub it, it becomes charged with magnetic energy or magnetic electricity, which intensifies its power. So if you ever want luck, just keep rubbing these stones and putting that energy into the stones, and it just intensifies. The only thing I do want to mention about black tourmaline, and I've had this from experience, it is a very powerful stone. So be careful what you mix it with other stones. You can mix stones with other stones, but some stones don't mix well with each other. And just to give you an example of what had happened to me is I had mixed this stone with, I believe it was Jasper and something else, and I put it under my pillow, and I could actually feel the energy kind of like almost like hitting me on the back of the neck. And I just left it in there, and I was just like, nah. I was lazy. I didn't take it out of my pillowcase, basically. I woke up the next day, and I felt awful, and that's where my cold started. So just to get a cold out of the blue is very weird for me. So I do think that some of the energy from the stones just didn't mix very well, and thus that had happened to me. But do be careful, though, what stones you mix together. I don't know all the answers to which stones you should mix and which stones you shouldn't mix together. That you'll probably should look online or get a gemstone book and kind of read a little bit more about that. Other times it's going to be trial and error, basically. Try putting some different stones together, and if you feel that it's not making a very good connection, or that the energy is kind of getting too intense, then you shouldn't mix those kinds of stones together. But for the most part, you know, it's all going to be trial and error when it comes to mixing and matching stones. Okay, the next stone I want to talk about is another agate, but since I'm going in alphabetical order, B, blue lace agate, and this is for healing and love and power, and this can be used with your throat chakra. And as you can see, it's blue with white swirls, or kind of light blue with dark swirls. I don't know how well you can see this, but this is actually, blue lace agate is one of the rarest forms of the agates. It's very common to get. You might notice a little bit, it's a little bit more expensive than the regular agates, and that's because just this form is rare. Even though we see it all the time, it's for some reason considered rare. But, excuse me, wear this for peace and happiness, and for if you have any distress. This helps with relieving of any distress and tension, and it calms upset thoughts. So this is really nice to have for a pendant or a piece of jewelry, or even a ring or a bracelet, just to calm your nerves. In fact, I have a pendant, but it's in my closet still, so I just had the tumbled piece for you. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is blue quartz, and I can't find it. I have everything labeled, and I still can't find it. Here we go. Okay, next one, blue quartz. And you're going to see this, and you're going to be like, wow, that's really interesting. Okay, so blue quartz. And it's for power, love, and healing. And you can use this with your throat chakra. And like all of the quartz, red, clear, blue, it's an amplifier. It amplifies energy. It's great for magic rituals. It's good for calmness, inspiration, and stress relief. and communication with others, hope, peace, and tranquility. So this is a really good stone if you have trouble speaking your word or speaking your truth to other people, or even communicating with people. If you're the type of wallflower type, blue quartz is really good to have to kind of open up your throat chakra and open up communication with other people. Now, this is one form of it. And the next one you're going to see is a pendant, and this is blue quartz as well. The color is wild though. This is actually blue quartz, and what a difference, right? But I don't know why they're so different colored like that, but this is blue quartz as well as this. So that is blue quartz. So the next thing I want to talk about is calcite, and I have a piece that I just picked up recently. We're kind of skip the alphabetical structure right here, and I'm going to show you green. This is actually green calcite, and this is for emotional balance and stress relief. It's also a good money and prosperity stone. And green calcite comes in different shades of green. This one's kind of light and dark, but it can be many different shades of green. And this is a good stone to bring you money. So put this in a money drawer or cash drawer or anywhere where money flows. Put it in even the office, and you know, money will start to flow in good amounts. This restores your balance of your mind. It stimulates your immune system as well, and it absorbs negative energy that can cause arthritis, or so I've heard. I think I'm a little too young to have arthritis, but if anybody uses green calcite and suffers from arthritis and they use it due to the arthritis to relieve them, please send me a message. I would love to find out if green calcite actually does relieve arthritic pain. So please send me a message about that. I'd love to find that out. The other really cool thing about green calcite is when it is full for maxed out with energy, you know, when you put your bad energy in it, or it absorbs the energy, needs to be cleared. One way of telling that the stone needs to be cleared is because it feels waxy. It feels like it's got wax on it. Now I just cleaned this just a couple of days ago, because I just got it a couple of days ago. When I picked it up and before I cleaned it, it felt weird. It felt like wax, almost like, I don't know if some of you remember those big like wax lips that they used to sell back in the 80s when I grew up. But it felt like that. It felt like that waxy type of texture. So when your green calcite gets time to be cleared, you'll know because it feels just waxy. So that's a good indicator. Okay, the next stone that I want to talk about is, and I've got two pieces of it, is Carnelian. And this stone is for joy and power, healing, and sexuality and warmth. And as you can see, it's kind of like a red-orange, different shades of red or orange, some brown as well. And you can use this stone with your lower abdomen, your solar plexus, and your heart chakra. And then this is another piece. This is actually a big ball of carnelian. And like I said, this is a good energy stone. It gives you energy. It increases your sexual drive. Just a good energy boosting stone. And it actually increases appetite. So if you know anybody who's going through an eating disorder and you know you want to give them a little bit of your stone energy, carnelian is a great stone for increasing one's appetite. So it's great for people who are suffering from eating disorders. Next stone I'm going to talk about is Celestite. That's what this looks like. This is a raw piece, and this is for power and love, angelic guidance, and it's called the Angel Stone. And as you can see, it's a sky blue color, very shiny and shimmery. And you can use this for your throat, your third eye, or your crown chakra. And it just has a very uplifting energy, and it's great for communicating with the angels and into the angelic realm. So it's a great angel communication stone. Highly recommend it for anybody who wants to be an angel intuitive or wants to have a better connection with their angels, their guardian angels, and the archangels. Okay, the next stone I'm going to talk about, and I only have one piece. My other piece, my bigger piece, is actually with a client right now, is Citrine. And Citrine is a cleansing, revitalizing, money, luck stone. And you can use this with your solar plex chakra. And as you can see, it's a kind of a translucent yellow to golden brown. And for some people, it may increase psychic awareness. Again, all the stones and energies will mix and mingle with different people in different ways. But some of you, Citrine might be a really good stone to help you with your psychic awareness. It increases your self-esteem. It protects you from negative energy. And it gives you new thoughts and ideas and gives clarity. So it's a really great focusing stone. And this is another good money stone. So, you know, put it in a place where money is stored and just watch the money grow and grow and grow. But that's Citrine. Okay, next stones I'm going to talk about is Fluorite. And Fluorite is for focus and protection, power and healing. And you use it with your third eye chakra. And Fluorite comes in many different colors. It can come in blues and greens and yellows and purples, or a mixture of all of them. It increases your concentration, helps in decision making, helps to draw out power from other stones if used together. But again, depending upon what stone is going to work with what stone, you really have to mix and match and trial and error. But I haven't had Fluorite give me any problems. I'm feeling that I wouldn't mix this with black tourmaline. Just an intuition that I get not to mix it with that stone. But try other stones. Citrine would be really good to actually mix Fluorite with. And again, you can just, you know, take the colors and mix and match as you like. Only thing is, yellow Fluorite helps to enhance intellect and mental powers. So for any of you people who are going to be taking some tests and, you know, schools and all that type of stuff, put a piece of yellow Fluorite in your pocket, and that will help you with your intellect and mental capabilities. So Fluorite, really good stone to have for students. Okay, so the next stone I'm going to talk about is, I'm sure most of you have heard of this before, Hematite. And Hematite is for grounding and protection. And it's very energizing, and you can use it with your base chakra. As you can see, it's a metallic-y silver gray. And this is another stone for, you know, a must stone for paranormal investigators and ghost hunters, because it keeps negative energy at bay. So that's a good stone, and it's a good stone to ground yourself with. So if you feel that you're a little bit flighty during your meditation or even before your meditation, Hematite is really good to have around. Okay, next stones I'm going to talk about is Jasper. And I have two different types of Jasper. I have yellow Jasper. And Jasper, both of the colors, are for balance, protection, and stability. And this is the red one. And the red one you could use with your base chakra. And the yellow one you can use with your solar plex chakra. And Jasper helps to helps with emotional stress. It gives courage to speak your independence as well. And it's just really good to balance your body vibrations. In fact, this is completely off the subject, but I find that it's funny that Jasper balances emotions and helps to, you know, relieve emotional stress. And Jasper in Twilight, one of his abilities was to control the emotions around people. So there was a reason why they named Jasper Jasper, for all you Twilight fans. Yes, I am a Twilight fan. But that's Jasper. Okay, the next stone I want to talk about is Jet. Okay, so Jet is good for protection, purification, power, and magic. This is another nice stone to use if you do magic rituals, if you are part of the Wiccan religion. Jet comes in a very dark black, or a jet black, to brown, very dark brown color. It's, like I said, great for magic rituals because it draws and channels the Earth's elemental energies. And, you know, that's what Wiccan religions usually go with and work with, is the Earth's elemental elements or energies. So it's a really good stone for witchcraft. Let me see. I'm reading my notes here. Like I had said before, it does neutralize negative energy, and it clears negative vibrations, and it protects against lower energy. I haven't ever used jet when I've been on paranormal investigations. I always use hematite and black tourmaline and a couple others that I'll talk about. But if you're a paranormal investigator and you do use jet as a protection stone, please comment. I would love to hear how jet works, or how you feel that it works on paranormal investigations for repelling negative entities and negative energy. So please leave me a comment or a message about that. I'd love to know. Okay, the next stone I'm going to talk about is Kyanite, and I might have pronounced that wrong, but this is what the tumbled format looks like, or the tumbled version of it looks like. And this is great for psychic abilities and psychic awareness, and for dream recall, balancing. It's a very good meditation stone, and it is also good for pain reliever. I've used this to relieve many different types of physical pain, and it works. It's an awesome stone. And one of the best things about this stone is that it never has to be recharged or cleaned. So this is actually one of the only stones that never has to be recharged or cleaned. So it's great. And as you can see, it's a kind of blue, silvery white color. I don't even want to say it has white in it, but I don't know how well you can see it. This is the tumbled format. Now the raw format, it does have white streaks. I don't have a piece that's back in America, but it's interesting. But I will say that this stone is, in its raw format, or raw form, it is very fragile. So again, you know, be very careful. I've taken pieces of Kyanite, and I've actually broken it in half because it is very fragile. So just be very careful with it because it is a soft stone. But like I said, it helps open psychic abilities, it releases physical pain, and it's good for meditations and recalling your dreams. Okay, the next stone I'm going to talk about, which again I just bought recently due to my cold, is Labradorite. And this is good for spiritual connection, for dreams, power, seeing past any illusions, and it's good for treating colds. And I am so going to say yes, 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 yes. It does help with treating colds. You can use it with your third eye chakra, your throat chakra, and your crown chakra. And as you can see, the color is kind of green and gray with iridescent flashes of blue and yellow. It's very pretty. This is just a small chunk of it, but very, very nice color and very nice stone. And it's a power stone, and it allows you to see past any illusions that you might have and determine the actual form of your dreams and goals, what you actually really want to do. It strengthens your intuitions, and it strengthens your intuition, and it does help you with colds. I bought this, I put it under my pillow. The next day, I felt like 80% better. I mean, I still have my cold, but I felt so much better after having this underneath my pillow. So I will swear by Labradorite. Okay. The next stone I want to talk about is a very strong stone. It's a very powerful stone. It doesn't look like it, but Lapis lazuli. And this is good for love and protection. Ooh, I'm dropping it. Whew. Power, healing. It's a strong stone, and it's it has a very divine feminine energy. So this is a great stone for someone who really wants to tap into their feminine energies. And you use it with your throat chakra. As you can see, it's a royal blue color. This is the raw format of it. I don't know why I keep on saying format. This is the raw form of lapis lazuli. And it kind of looks like sodalite, but it's not. And it's a great stone for healers, but again, be careful because it does have a very intense energy. So I recommend only, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Not well-trained practitioners, but I would say someone who has been doing healing work for a while. Lapis lazuli is a really good stone to use because of its intense energy, but I wouldn't recommend this stone for beginners. Now the next stone I want to talk about, which I love the color. There's one thing I don't like about the stone, which I'll tell you in a minute, and it is Malachite. And Malachite is for love and money, protection, and it clears negative energy. And you can use it with your heart chakra. And as you can see, the stone is a dark and light color of greens. That's the tumbled. This is the raw form. Many different colors of green. It can go from dark to light, but the whole stone is green. It's very beautiful. It helps balance relationships. It's great to aid with business ventures and projects, and it actually helps protect you from any bad investments or unwise choices when it comes to, you know, the office and business. I heard it's a very strong protector for children as well. They used to use this malachite back in the ancient times for children to protect them from witches and demons and things that go bump in the night. So I don't have any children, so I can't tell you how good malachite works, but that's what malachite used to be used for back in the ancient times. Now, the only downside to malachite is it absorbs negative energy very quickly and has to constantly be cleaned depending upon where you put it. If it's in your house and there's a lot of tension and negative energy in your house, then once a week malachite would have to be cleaned. Again, the stronger the negative energy, the more often that it will need to be cleaned. This is highly not recommended for any paranormal investigators going out on an investigation that might have either demonic entities or negative spirits, because your stone, within maybe like, what, 20 minutes, it would just be completely, you know, useless. So malachite is just, it's a really good stone to absorb negative energy, but it absorbs it very quickly. So you'll have to constantly be cleaning malachite. The next stone I want to talk about is Moonstone. And Moonstone is for luck and healing and power. It's also good for PMS, conception, and pregnancy. And you use this with your third eye and crown chakra. And here's the raw form of it. And as you can see, these pieces that I'm showing you are milky white, but you can get a silvery blue as well. None of these actually have a silver blue to them. But most jewelry that you see, you don't see the milky white because it's not that, I mean, it's pretty, but it's not really that attractive. But most rings and pendants and earrings that you see that are moonstone, they have this like shimmery blue silver tone to them. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with either of them. It doesn't intensify or decrease any of the energy because of the color. I actually like the silvery blue better, but these stones just, you know, called to me, so I've been using the milky white stones recently. But moonstones help bring good fortune as well. They enhance your tuition. They soften your ego. So if your ego is very hard on you, or if you're, you know, you listen to your ego a lot, it softens the ego. And it's a great feminine and female energy. So this stone brings great emotional balance and great flexibility for your emotion. And it's a good stone for conception. And, you know, after you've made the baby, it's good for a pregnancy. Okay, so the next stone I'm going to talk about is Onyx. And Onyx is for protection from negative energy. This is another stone I use when I go on my paranormal investigations. It's a good grounding stone, and it's the grieving stone as well. And as you can see, Onyx is black to very dark brown. This is more of a dark brown piece versus the very black piece. But good stone for ghost hunters for protection. This onyx actually helps to end or heal from any unbalanced or unhappy relationships. It grounds your energy and sharpens your senses, and it's also a grievance stone, so it helps with the loss or sorrow after losing a loved one. So a lot of people back in the old days, they used to have onyx pendants, and they wore onyx when they went to funerals. Now the next stone I want to talk about is an interesting stone. Maybe some of you work with this, maybe you've never heard of it before. It's called Petrified Wood. Sounds more like something that would be in Harry Potter, but nope, petrified wood. And the colors, as you can see, they're red and brown, orange mixes. What the stone represents is power and protection. It helps remove any obstacles that you might be having in your path that you've been struggling through. Petrified wood actually helps remove those obstacles to reach your goals. And it restores physical energy and helps relieve hip and back problems, I heard. Again, I don't have hip and back problems, so I've never used this stone to heal myself with. So if you have hip and back problems and you use petrified wood, or you decide to start using petrified wood, if it does anything, if it doesn't do anything, please let me know. Again, I'd love to find out, you know, if the energy in the stone actually does help to alleviate people of back and hip problems. Okay, so the next stone I'm going to talk about, we're moving right along here. Okay, is clear quartz, or just quartz. I have a few pieces here. And again, like any of the color of the quartzes, they're all amplifying energy. And it's for power, healing, and great for magic rituals. As you can see, they're clear. You can see through them. That's one piece. Here's another really clear piece. But quartz are power stones and energy amplifiers. Quartz can also increase concentration. It increases inspiration and creativity. There's a very clear tumbled piece. And quartz also stores, releases, regulates, and purifies energy on a spiritual, on a physical, and on a mental dimension. So this is why a lot of psychics have quartz, and they wear a lot of quartz jewelry, because it's very good for releasing and restoring and regulating all of that energy. Here's just a big piece of quartz. And actually, because quartz has that type of ability to release and restore and purify energy, a lot of people use this for scrying or crystal ball gazing. I don't have a ball, but I use this one when I do scrying, and it's just really good for meditations as well. So that's quartz, very strong. Okay, next stones. We're going to stay within the quartz area, and I'm going to talk about red quartz. And red quartz, again, is an amplifier, an energy amplifier. But red quartz you can use with your base chakra, and it is good for bringing hope, and it's an antidepressant, so it helps with depression as well. It gives release of anxiety. It actually helps from release tension. So sexual problems from tension, and it helps just really open your base chakra. So this is a really good stone to use for your base chakra and to open your base chakra and what your base chakra symbolizes. Now the next stone I'm going to talk about is another quartz, rose quartz. I'm sure all of you have heard this before. Here are some tumbled pieces. This is a very light pink. And rose quartz is good for love and youth. And it opens your heart chakra and increases your self-acceptance. It helps heal any heartache or broken heart. It brings peace and compassion and kindness. And I'm dropping stones left and right. Wow, I'm so sorry. Here's a raw form of rose quartz. Rose quartz is really nice because it has a very intense power, but it has a very gentle vibration, and it just really gives you a great boost of self-worth. So put under your pillow if you're having trouble with that. And also, since it's good with love, if you put under your pillow, it kind of brings that spark of romance and passion into your relationship. So rose quartz is good for that as well. Now, the other thing that rose quartz is good for, and I haven't tried this yet because I just read about this in a crystal book that I was reading, is if you charge water with rose quartz and wash your face with it, it actually helps fade wrinkles and makes you have a more youthful appearance. So I don't know if that's true or not. I might start trying that, but if somebody does use rose quartz charged water for, you know, washing their skin, again, send me a message. Let me know if it really works. I'd love to find out. Okay, and then last for the quartz that I want to talk about is Smoky quartz. And Smoky quartz is for power, money, and healing. And it's brown to black to gray. This is a very light version of Smoky quartz. I have seen it very, very dark before. Most of them are dark, but this one just kind of came to me, and, you know, I love it. But it emits a high level of energy, but functions slowly and very gently and gradually. So the amount of energy that it has is great, but it really just slowly releases the energy. It absorbs negative energy from people and the environment, so it's a very good grounding stone, and it's a very earth type of stone. It's great. And it helps enhance organizational skills. So having Smoky quartz in your office or workspace is really good to help you organize things. So that's Smoky quartz. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is, I just picked this up actually, and I didn't know what it meant, and my husband actually picked it up because he just, I don't know, he was drawn to it, and I kind of tease him about it because of the meaning. And it's called Serpentine, and it's a bracelet. I don't have a stone of it, but it's for protection and healing, and as you can see, it's green. It's different shades of green. It's actually called New Jade, but it's not jade. It's just, that's one of the names for it. And the reason why I made fun of him for picking this up and buying it is because when I looked up what serpentine means, it balances mood swings, it solves conflicts by peaceful means, it helps with PMS and cramps, and women who are unable to reach orgasm due to tension. So I kind of gave my husband a little bit of a hassle because of it and made fun of him. But he picked it up because he really liked the color, and it does look good on him. So it does complement different skin tones, I guess. I'm a little white for it, I think, but since he's Asian, it does really look nice on a little bit of a darker skin tone. But that's, you know, just me looking at jewelry. Excuse me. Okay, the next stone I want to talk about is called Snowflake Obsidian. It looks like this, and it's for power and healing and protection, and you can use this with your lower abdomen chakra or your sacral chakra. And as you can see, it's black and white, and it's got gray spots that kind of look like little snowflakes, thus the name Snowflake Obsidian. And this stone is the purifying stone, and it balances your mind, body, and spirit. And if you actually place this on your sacral chakra, it will calm and soothe you and allow you to view unhealthy patterns that you have and give you some ideas of how you can change those unhealthy and unwanted behaviors. So it's a good it's a good start to change yourself or to change any unwanted behaviors. But that's what Snowflake Obsidian is. The next stone I'm going to talk about that is Sodalite. And Sodalite is a really good stone. It's for healing, and it's a good stone for weight loss, actually. And it's a creative writing stone as well. It's good for thought. And as you can see, it kind of looks like lapis lazuli, but it's not. It's blue and white and black. It comes in darker forms as well. So as you can see, they're completely different shades of blue. But this is a great stone for any writers or somebody who's aspiring to be a writer. Put this under your pillow. This actually also helps with weight loss as well. We'll see. They're under my pillow. So, you know, it's a great stone to use for those type of things. And it also is good for luck as well. Okay, we're coming to an end. I know this is a long video, and my throat's actually killing me. Alright, the next stone I want to talk about is Tangerine quartz. And this is for power, healing, love. And you can use this with your sacral chakra. And as you can see, it's a transparent orange, a tangerine color. And this is a great stone for healing after trauma or healing after shock, and it helps with past life regression. So if you have any trauma or any things that were very traumatic in your past lives, this is a great tool, a great stone to use to help you to recover from those traumatic experiences in past life, as well as the life that you're living now. And this actually also enhances sexuality and creativity. Yeah, those were both in the same sentence, so I don't know. You use your imagination when it comes to that. Alright, the next stone is one of my favorites. It's Tanzanite. And this is the tumbled form of Tanzanite, and it is for power, love, healing, and a great meditation stone. And you can use this stone with your heart chakra, your throat, third eye, and crown chakra. And the blue color varies. It can be darker, it can be lighter. And this is actually the raw version of Tanzanite. It's I love this stone. It's very beautiful. But it gives you the ability to speak your truth. It promotes compassion. It raises your consciousness and helps with meditation. And it calms an overactive mind. And for me, who's somebody who's Gemini, who's like completely like bouncing off the walls half the time in my brain, it does really calm an overactive mind. And it brings peace and understanding to your own heart. So it's just a really nice stone to have. And sometimes when I just feel like, even though I'm grounded, I feel like, you know, my mind's going a mile a minute. I like to have Tanzanite on and wear it, and it really does help and calm me. Alright, the last stones that I want to talk about are tiger eyes, or hawk eyes, or cat eyes. And I have 3 different types here. Okay, tiger eye is for luck, protection, and focus. This is the golden brown, which you'd use with your solar plex chakra. And it gives you insight and clear thinking, strengthens your willpower. It helps manifest ideas into reality, brings good luck and protection, and focuses the mind. And this is blue, actually, blue tiger's eye. And then I have red tiger's eye. Oh, I'm sorry, the blue you would use with your throat chakra. And then red for the base chakra. And this is what the red tiger eye looks like. Now, I don't know if you can see, well, you can see probably, the different stripes that it has, that metallic-y type of shimmer. The blue has it as well. You just really can't see it that well on the monitor, but it does have it. It's just you can't see it. But tiger's eye is very good to have for focus. I use this a lot too when I need to focus when I'm meditating. If I can't quiet my mind, I like to just hold a piece of tiger eye and, you know, focus on not focusing, if that makes sense. But it really helps me with meditation. But those are the stones that I have that I wanted to talk about. Those are the ones that I use the most. If anybody wonders about how they should care for their stones, or where they should put their stones, any stones that I'm not using, I actually picked up a bead box, and I have all of them in a bead box in their own little separate slots, and then they're all labeled, so if I forget what some of them are for, which I do, you know, I have my little cheat sheet right here, because, you know, I can't remember 20 million different stones and energies. That would be really cool if I could, but I can't. Maybe I should focus and have more tiger eye on me. I like to use this just because it keeps everything nice and neat, organized, and, you know, I'm not losing my stones. Any stones that I do use, I either have them in a little tiny satchel, either a, not a mesh bag, but one of the ones that you can see, kind of like the chiffon type of bag, as well as a velvet black bag to just keep the power in there. After I'm done with the stones, I also clear them with sage. For some of the more stones that need to be charged really, really good and really, really clean, like malachite, I put them out on my windowsill for the sun and the moon to recharge and clear and energize them again. But there are many different ways that people can clear stones. I also use a Tibetan singing bowl, if you can kind of see right there. I use that Tibetan singing bowl and put my stones inside, and use the sound of the bowl to clear the stones. But yeah, those are the stones that I wanted to talk about. So if you guys have any questions whatsoever, just send it to my Facebook account or send them to my YouTube channel, and I'll be sure to answer them. If you have any comments or any more insights about what some of the stones that I mentioned, any other energies that they have, or, you know, if you use them a certain way and, you know, have good luck using them that way, please let me know. I'd love to know. But other than that, those are the stones that I wanted to talk about. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I do apologize for my raspy voice, and I know I'm getting over my cold soon, but I wanted to get this video out very quickly because next week I might have one of my wisdom tooth pulled out, so I don't know how well I'm going to be talking then. So I wanted to get this out to you guys now. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it's a little long, but I send you all love and light. Have a good day or good night, and namaste. Bye.